With all the new and interesting anime popping up on the internet, it gets kinda hard to choose what content or genre to watch, but one thing is for certain, Isekai anime is one of the best genres out there. From being reincarnated as an aristocrat to being born as a prodigy in a world full of magic, here are the top 10 Isekai anime you should watch. Starting off this list, we have, as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world. Yes, I know what you're thinking. The title is super long and not catchy at all, but the plot of the story certainly is. In this series, we follow a salaryman who dies and is reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat named Ars Levant. He becomes an heir to a noble family and possesses the ability to appraise the talents and abilities of other people. With this ability, Ars sets his goal to recruit strong people to his side and turn his country around for the best. Not only that, but the entire plot of a non-overpowered Isekai MC is a breath of fresh air for most of us. Since it is an Isekai anime, you'd think the MC should be overpowered with some broken or legendary ability, but no, Ars Levant is not particularly that smart, nor is he strong. He just has the ability to appraise other people's talent. That is literally all he's capable of doing. Moreover, the anime is visually stimulating, with high-quality animation and interesting characters. With its amazing world building, themes of adventures, and a compelling character journey, I can easily say anyone can watch it. Next up, we have the wrong way to use healing magic. Now, I know what you're thinking. Seriously? How the heck is there a wrong way to use healing magic? Well, let's just say that the MC in this series is really peculiar. Ken Usato is a regular high school student who was unfortunately dragged along with his friends Suzune and Kazuki into another world. After being teleported to the kingdom of Linga, two of the three high school students turned out to be heroes meant to become the defenders of the kingdom, while Usato turned out to be a healer. As the story progresses, the title starts making sense little by little. After undergoing rigorous training under Rose, the captain of the rescue team, Ken Usato becomes an unstoppable unit with how creative he is when using healing magic. Don't believe me? Go watch the anime yourself and find out how awesome it actually is. It has this unique blend of comedy and action. I highly recommend this Isekai anime for everyone who's watching this video, and I promise you that this series will be worth your time. Number 8. Isekai Suicide Squad. Moving up, this is one that became popular way before it was released because it was one of the first times this thing even happened. And the anime I'm talking about is the Isekai Suicide Squad. This is an anime series based on the famous Suicide Squad from DC Comics, obviously. It's produced by Wit Studios, so you can expect some godly animations and awesome fight scenes. Long story short, the anime's quality is peak. What happens here is that Amanda Waller, the director of Argus, sends Harley Quinn, Clayface, Peacemaker, Deadshot, and King Shark to another world where they are tasked to assist a kingdom in battling against monsters, mythical creatures, and other supervillains that were sent there before them. Just like in the original Suicide Squad, they are not allowed to fail or abandon this mission because if they do, they basically go boom boom. I gotta tell you, turning one of DC's most iconic groups into an Isekai anime series is one of the best big brain moves Corpo has ever made. Not to mention, the character designs are so badass. Okay, with another long title, we have Chilling in Another World with Level 2 Super Cheat Powers. This anime series was released in April 2024, and it revolves around Banaza, a kind-hearted merchant who was summoned to the kingdom of Clyrode as a candidate to become a hero. Plus, he has a weird name. As a candidate, the king expected a lot from Banaza, But when his abilities were evaluated, it was revealed that he was practically just a regular human. He was blessed with stats that were so horrible, the king decided to just let him go and let him live his life to the fullest in this new world. But after all this, Banaza killed a slime and levels up, unlocking infinite stats, instantly making him too OP for his own good. Kind of a weird plot point there, but we take what we get. This series is honestly one of the rare good ones out there, although it follows the basic OP MC anime plot and somehow sounds generic. But trust me, its fun and comedic adventures and immersing side characters make this series super enjoyable. The series even actually offers a laid-back and delightful take on the Isekai genre. It's not too chaotic, nor is it too peaceful, just perfect. It has just the right amount of pizzazz, making it perfect for viewers who are more into fun, relaxed, and adventure-packed content.
You know what? A formal introduction's pointless right now. The dude she's going to town on here is me. And once she was done...
Number 6. Monster. If you thought that was weird, then this next anime is gonna make you scratch your head. It's basically Goblin Slayer's worst nightmare. Rather than reincarnating the MC as a hero or a noble, or maybe even a demon lord, they reincarnated the MC as a goblin. I know it's not the first time where a character is reincarnated as a monster, but still, turning your MC into a lowly goblin is kinda shocking. Imagine if Goblin Slayer was reincarnated into one. Monster follows the story of Tomoku Kanata's reincarnation in another world as a goblin named Ru. Focusing on his journey, Ru starts out as a weak goblin. But what sets him apart from the other goblins is his unique ability. You see, in his old life, Ru was insanely good in combat and had the Esper ability called Absorption. By this point you already know what this means, and you're right. With his knowledge in combat and unique powers, he's definitely on his way to becoming an overpowered main character. Unexpectedly though, this series has some of the best world building out there. I mean, the Goblin Society and the different creatures and factions in the series are all well developed for an isekai anime. It has reincarnated as a slime vibes, and I love it.
Dalia! Dalia!
Number 5. Dalia in Bloom, crafting a fresh start with magical tools. You might be surprised that there's one isekai that's so wholesome, it actually makes me feel good while watching it. Dalia in Bloom combines the storytelling style of the slice-of-life genre with a unique plot of isekai's fantasy and magic. After dying from overworking in Japan, Dalia is reborn in a world filled with magic and adventure. As she grows up, she develops a passion for crafting magical tools. After some major setbacks in her new life, Dalia decides to rebuild a life she's proud of. By far, Dalia is one of the most relatable characters in all of anime. Her determination to overcome her past and start a new life is truly inspiring on so many levels. The series excels in character development and relationships. Dalia's interactions with her other characters are all well choreographed and emotionally relatable. Visually though, it is amazing. Dalia in Bloom has vibrant animation and amazing choreography. It really brings the anime scenery to life. Most of all, Dalia isn't even OP. Or is she? Number 4. Ishura. Ishura, on the other hand, stands out as one of the most criminally underrated isekai anime out there, with its captivating narrative, immersing characters, and awesome writing. And I wish people would watch it more. One of Ishura's strong suits is the amount of diverse characters with different sets of powers, motivations, and backstories, making the series even more interesting the more you watch it. Ishura revolves around the powerful fighters left after the Demon King died. Determined to become the next true hero, characters of different origins battle it out with each other to prove their worth. That concept alone is genius. Plus, the fight scenes are quite literally out of this world. The amount of detail the animators poured into the battle scenes may not be as amazing as Ufotable, but for a fairly new isekai anime like this one, it's really impressive. So if you're one to enjoy epic battles, complex character dynamics, and a well-crafted fantasy world, then Ishura is a must-watch for you.
Poison.
Number 3. Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. Did you think we were done with long titles? Well, I present to you Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. It may sound ridiculous, but it offers a charming twist on the isekai anime genre with its underdog story and unique approach to magic. After Toka Mimori and his classmates were suddenly summoned to a fantasy world governed by the magic of a goddess, they were expected to be its heroes, but with Toka Mimori's abysmally trash abilities, the goddess banishes him to a dungeon where nobody has ever survived. However, through his sheer determination and desire for revenge, he harnesses his low-level spells to achieve remarkable outcomes, and now he's gonna get some good old-fashioned payback. One of the main reasons why I recommended this anime to you guys is just how the MC started from being the weakest to becoming the strongest in the series. It's honestly inspiring and oddly satisfying to witness. It's not that unique, but it sure does get your blood pumping every time you watch it. Number 2. No longer allowed in another world. If we're talking about something unique, this one is definitely a weird take on the isekai genre. No Longer Allowed in Another World is the series that revolves around a sad and depressed author who decides to make a suicide pact with his girlfriend named Sachan. And it just so happens that his name is Osamu Dazai, but he wasn't from Bungo Stray Dogs. I know it's dark on so many levels, but before we can execute their path, they both get hit by none other than Truck-kun. So when he wakes up, he finds himself in another world filled with magical creatures and whatnot. Later on, it'll be revealed that he was summoned by Annette, an elf priestess, to become a hero. However, Sensei had other plans and decided to go off on his own in search of Sachan so they could finally complete their promise to commit suicide together. Unlike your typical isekai anime, this one packs a ton of dark comedy and adventure. I mean, if it wasn't already obvious. Not only that, it's basically a parody of isekai just like Konosuba, and who wouldn't want someone just wanting to find a perfect way to die? He's just like me, for real. Number 1. Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2. Last but not the least, we have the most famous isekai anime as of now, Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2. It's one of the best isekai anime when it comes to world building and animation, and without a doubt, Season 2 Part 2 just made it even better. This series follows the adventures of Rudius to just live a better life than his previous one. At this point in the story, Rudius undergoes significant growth, facing both internal and external challenges, which adds layers upon layers in his character. It tackles themes of redemption, self-discovery, and complexities of his relationships with the other characters, making it highly relatable for so many of its viewers. The series also explores different cultures and magic systems in the series, keeping the plot rich and engaging in every corner. I know there's been tons of backlash when it comes to his character, but just give it a try and you'll fall in love with it. We're witnessing true character development, and as an added bonus, the fight scenes are insane. And with that, we're wrapping up this video of the top 10 new isekai you should watch. If you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, comment down below which top 10 you want to see next.